Hi, I'm Emily, and this is No Expert, and today I have a very special guest. She's a food stylist. She's a culinary producer. We met working on Epicurious.
Yeah.
Leslie Garetto.
Hi.
Yay.
Oh, wow. That's fresh.
Leslie just got married.
I did. Oh, that's so funny.
And congratulations.
Thank you, Emily. I'm so excited to be here.
Thanks so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you.
So, my name is Leslie.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Nashville, moved to New York to go to culinary school, where I got thrown into food media real quick after culinary school. Chef Frank is actually my culinary school instructor.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you watch Epi, if you watch Emily, you know Frank. And that's how I am kind of here today. Love Frank. Met Emily at Bon Appetit, Epicurious, Condé Nast, the umbrella of everything.
The big old media umbrella.
Yeah.
And today we are making ratatouille.
Ratatouille. I met my now husband during the pandemic when he was making a lot of ratatouille. So it's his grandma's recipe. I've adapted it a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a good, fun, summer, healthy-ish dish.
Oh, yeah. Healthy-ish.
Ish.
I'm very excited. Let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking.
So ratatouille, it's originally a French provincial dish from Nice, but it's been around for a long time. There's a lot of different iterations. Where did this one come from?
What I did is I took that grandmother's handwritten recipe that has about 12 variations in our home, and I channeled my inner rat, and it's not a Michelin recipe. It's not as beautiful as that, but it has those layers, and I think it's a really cool kind of staple that we use in our house.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how it's made. Ratatouille is actually one of the very first dishes I learned how to make.
Amazing.
But I learned to make it from a cookbook called College Cooking, so it was very basic.
So was yours the put each vegetable on a different sheet pan and then make a sauce type of situation?
The very first one.
Oh
so
my
a very
gosh.
traditional one is you have to cook each piece individually.
Yes.
The very first one I made was you do sort of like this, except you just put it all in a pot and then stir it and cook it. That's it. It's literally
College
cooking.
Yes.
It was truly whoever wrote that book really understood the assignment, but did not necessarily teach me to make ratatouille. Yes. But it tasted pretty good. It was easy. All right, so what is our first step?
So cut your vegetables.
Cut your vegetables. Oh yeah, what do we have here?
We've done! Amazing!
It's done.
Snap vegetables. So really the quintessential ingredient in a ratatouille to me is the eggplant. And so the one thing you want to do with eggplant is cut it and salt it and let it sit. If you don't salt the eggplant, it kind of gets this bitter flavor to it. And when you salt it, it's going to extract some of the juices that are in the eggplant as well. And you're going to get a much better mouthfeel with a salted and rested eggplant. Also, it's a summer dish. People go topless on the beach in Nice, so summer. Zucchini, rounds, onion, you can use white or yellow, or if you're in a region that grows more red onion or whatever, shallot, go for it.
It's flexible.
Live your dream. And then red bell pepper. And then we also have some tomatoes and some nice herbs.
Yeah. We have rosemary and thyme and some garlic. Yum. And we have olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Yes, exactly. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to build it as close to what you see on the Ratatouille movie with some rustic flair.
Yeah, because if you look up a picture of a super traditional ratatouille, it's basically just a pile of vegetables.
Yes, it's like a stew.
But the Ratatouille movie really made you think, layers and circles and stuff, and it really does look very cute. They did a great job.
Absolutely.
All right, before we can get started, we need to slice this garlic, though.
Thinly slice the garlic.
Here, I'll let you do it, because you're the chef.
Wow, cool. Thanks, Emily. Do we have something to put this in?
Absolutely.
Everyone,
No shot glass.
I found a shot glass for the garlic.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you. All right, so we have our eggplant, our zucchini, our red peppers, our onions, our garlic, our rosemary, our thyme. Now what?
Put a little bit of olive oil right here in the bottom. Nothing's better than olive oil, right?
Let me know how much you want. More?
That feels like enough.
Okay.
Yeah, you can always add more olive oil. You want a substantial amount of olive oil. You want to see it, right? And so that's kind of how this whole thing crisps and melds together and molds and becomes delicious and wonderful, is the essentially like olive oil braise that happens throughout the vegetables. So now it's pattern time, which is kind of fun because you can do whatever you want. I'm going to layer in order and then just kind of go around the whole thing. And depending on how many vegetables we have, I might do 2 layers.
All right.
Yeah. If you have a smaller dish, cut less vegetables. If you have a larger dish, cut more vegetables.
It's great because it's, it expands and contracts as you see fit.
Yes. And this can really be yours, right? Like you
Yeah.
can make a decision. I hate red bell peppers. I want yellow.
That's fine.
I have yellow
You're wrong.
zucchini.
That's weird, but
That
that's
is weird. But like, what if you have yellow summer squash? Go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
The world's your oyster, or ratatouille. I don't know.
The world's your Ratatouille.
The world's your ratatouille. I think like one of the weirdest parts about layering food like this is the beginning is always so organized. And then as you move around, you have to start like tucking and scooping and making
Gotta
everything
get in there and really kind of.
really be friends with each other. And that's the art of it, you know?
Yeah. And we're almost done here.
Almost done. Yeah, I'm just filling the center of the dish. And again, this is all going to depend on how many vegetables you have and then the size of the pan.
Totally.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try to
It looks so cute.
continue
It
my
really
little
looks great.
pattern. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really like cool homage to the Ratatouille that we saw in the Disney movie, but also like with that rustic character that you get from like grandma's dish at home, you know?
Totally. It's like you absolutely could make this dish just by like putting it all on some sheet pans and going. But this is like, it's like a little nicer. It kind of says like, I care. I spent some time on this, you know?
Right. Like, this is like, oh, look, I'm throwing a fun dinner party.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
Yeah, or just like if you're losing your mind and need to occupy your hands. This seems
Truly,
like a good way to,
you know?
you know?
Don't do drugs. Make ratatouille.
Yeah, right.
Ta-da! And then make lunch. I don't know.
Yeah, lots
You
of
know?
extra veg is not a bad thing.
A cool idea, like with these extras, if you have more, is you can make like lunch ratatouilles. Like use a little baby Pyrex and build your veg and then like
Yeah,
get ready
100%.
for the week with it. Or
Yeah, or I feel like I have like I always have a spare pie dough in my freezer because it's like when I make pie dough, I just make a bunch at the same
Of
time.
course,
You
yeah.
could totally like just throw these in and like bake it and get something probably pretty good.
I
You know,
mean,
like-
yeah, like a veggie galette real
Yeah,
quick.
exactly.
Go for it. That sounds good. All right, next episode.
All right, so and now we have our herbs here.
Yes, herbs, garlic, olive oil. And this is the fun part. It's really difficult. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Ta-da!
God. See, this is why we bring in the experts.
And then we've got our garlic chips
Beautiful, stunning,
in our
love
shot
it.
glass. I think we have one more herb. Emily,
Yes.
do you want to do?
Do you think I can?
I don't know. Try. Oh, wow, she's being really meticulous. Amazing! Okay, and then
Salt, pepper, olive oil.
salt, pepper, olive oil. If
my
we're
coffee.
channeling Frank Proto though, more salt.
More salt. Lots of
Always.
salt. Always the salt.
Always. I love pepper, so let's go for it.
Okay, one more.
Yeah!
Feel good?
Yeah, I feel good. And then about another tablespoon of olive oil right now. Let's fill up the shot glass.
Fun.
Multi-purpose shot glass.
It does everything. It pours, it holds, it shoots, it fires.
And then now we just cover it with foil.
Mhm.
And we bake for, 40 minutes, 375. And really you're cooking it until all the veggies are tender. You want everything to be soft.
All right, so our veg mix, so to speak, is in the oven.
Our fruit and veggie topless Nice beach dish
Situation,
is
yeah.
in the oven.
Gorgeous, stunning. Love
Yes,
it.
look at her.
And the next thing we have to do is start our sort of tomato mix that goes on top, right?
Yes. So, ratatouille, summer dish.
Tomatoes. What's
Tomatoes.
more summery than a tomato?
So tomatoes, huge portion of ratatouille. It's the sauce.
The sauce.
The sauce. And we're going to peel them.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Right. Okay, yeah. So
Emily, tell me how you peel a tomato.
I have never peeled a tomato successfully.
Okay, well, tell me how you failed.
I did all the things that I saw on the internet to do, and for some reason the skin did not come off, and I said, you know what? It's fine, I'll eat the skin. What do I care? I eat tomato skin all the time. And I simply ceased trying, and I never tried again. I mean,
amazing.
I feel like it can't be that hard. I've never felt inspired enough to really put the effort in.
Okay.
So I want to hear, one, how we're going to peel the tomatoes, and two, why we're going to peel the tomatoes.
Great. So the how. Actually, let's start with the why.
Yeah.
The why seems like a better starting point. The reason that we peel the tomato is because the skin is what keeps the whole thing like intact, right? It is a fruit, and technically you can eat the skin, totally fine. If you're eating a tomato skin, don't change. But like an orange and a banana and an avocado, the skin
Famous
is
skin havers.
removable, right? And it's a tougher texture, and we're making a sauce. We're making something that is liquidy and luscious, and a skin doesn't really mean liquidy or luscious, right?
I see it.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking my tournée knife and I am cutting an X in the base of the tomato. So not the side that the stem would come out of, the other side. And that is going to allow the moisture that is like sticking between the skin and the meat of the tomato to start to release. And then the peel is actually going to start peeling off. But the only way it's going to peel off is if we boil or blanch the tomatoes. So I am now putting my tomatoes into boiling water. Does not need to be salted. We're not cooking pasta. I'm going to let them cook for about 45 seconds. Okay, now you see that the skin is starting to release from the meat of the tomato. Now I'm going to take all of my tomatoes out and I'm going to put them into this ice bath here. I don't want the tomatoes to sit in the ice bath for too long, just enough to get the heat released. Grabbing my tournée knife again, I am taking the knife and I'm getting under the base of the skin that has started to release from the tomato meat and just peeling tomato skin off of the tomato. And don't worry if some of the skin continues to stick. It may mean that maybe you didn't cook it quite long enough. Maybe the tomatoes aren't as ripe as we want them to be today. You can use your knife and really just kind of cut the remaining portion of tomato skin off if that's something that is necessary for your tomato, because they're not all going to be exactly the same.
Okay, so we have our tomatoes. They've been peeled,
Beautifully.
scored, boiled, peeled.
Wow.
Now we have to, we're going to quarter them, take the seeds out.
We are. Nobody wants
Dice 'em.
seeds.
So much
Just
stuff.
like the skin, nobody wants seeds. No good.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
yeah.
sorry for that noise. It was weird, but I did it. So, you want to remove the seeds. And it's really easy to do that. You just use a sieve in your
Oh.
fingers and press the tomato, like the juicy part, through the sieve.
Oh, wow.
And then your tomatoes are here.
I'm really glad that we're having you do this because I 100% did not intuit that you should also like press on it to just leave the seeds.
No.
I would have left so much good stuff behind.
Just like if you were making like a pico de gallo or a tomato salad of some kind, you want to leave the meat portion here. And don't worry, we're going to do fun things with this.
It's
But
getting
then
used.
your tomato, this is your tomato portion with your seeds.
Wow. You're really working hard for this ratatouille.
Oh, yeah.
The recipe I always use just had a can of diced tomatoes in it. Small dice if you can
We're
find
starting
them.
from scratch. I mean, but what's better than using fresh, beautiful summer tomatoes?
Yeah.
You're going to get good from a can, but definitely not as good as you would
Yeah.
like going out to your garden or the farmer's market and getting a tomato
100%.
from there. So yeah, this is probably the most like time-consuming and strenuous portion of ratatouille. as we were talking earlier, like fairly simple recipe.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do this, buy a nice canned tomato. Skip this step.
Yeah.
Don't skip it. Oh my God. The seeds are out.
We're done. We did. We took the seeds out. We quartered it. We diced it. It's in its juices. Now we're gonna make what? We're gonna make the mix that goes on top.
Look at those juices.
Wet.
Ah. Okay. Garlic.
Garlic. We have some garlic that we grated.
Putting our grated garlic in. We are gonna cook it on the ratatouille, but it's really just gonna continue to build flavor with just sitting here.
Yeah.
And then Queen Emily.
Hit me.
Fresh bay leaves.
Fresh bay leaves.
How amazing.
Yeah, you know, I had like little dry ones, but they were near the end of their life, and I happened to see these, and I said, you know what? We deserve it.
Luxury.
Luxury. A fresh bay leaf. We've got 2 fresh bay leaves here. And in the recipe it says to rip them in half.
Yeah, so this is like a weird grandma thing that I don't necessarily think is like required. But we're going to do a grandma style.
We're going to do it grandma style.
That's what we're doing today. We are taking our 2 bay leaves and we're going to rip them in half.
Oh, mine ripped in a quarter. That's okay.
And then we're just going to
You know what? That's fine.
put them in.
Boop.
And I'm assuming that like the thought process here
Maybe it infuses
is
more
like,
flavor.
yeah, releases the oils.
Yeah.
Sure.
Feels plausible.
Grandma. And so
sometimes if things are working, you just don't change them.
Yeah, like it really isn't like that strenuous of a task to rip a bay leaf, so why not do it her way?
You know, just let her have this one.
Yeah. Emily, let's salt like Frank would.
Salt like Frank, okay. More? More.
That's a Frank salt.
That's a Frank salt. All right.
There we go. Remember, there's no salt in this food. It's fresh. Because it's fresh, there's no preservatives, there's no anything, there's no added sodium. You are the sodium. So that much salt is not scary, because if you were to buy this from a can,
it would already have some of that in there.
already have some of it in there.
Yeah.
It would already have the salt to make it shelf stable. We don't need it to be shelf stable. We just need it to be delicious. Also, just like see how we added the salt and look how much more liquidy
It's
this
even
already
more liquidy.
is. It's breaking down
releasing its
the
juices.
tomato meat, and that's what we want, people.
All right, so we have our tomato mix.
Yeah.
Now all we have to do is pour it on top of the veggies, which are cooked.
Yes.
So we're putting our tomato mix on top of our vegetables.
Yes.
And then how much olive oil do we want to put on here?
Enough to swim in it. Grandma says swim in the olive oil, so pour, pour, pour.
All right, great.
Yeah.
And then we're going to bake it again. So it's out of the oven.
It looks great.
Looks great. We have to pull the herbs out.
Yes, because no one wants to eat sticks or dried leaves.
Right, I'm always saying that.
Yeah,
That's one of my mottos that I say
This is
all
not
the
the
time.
playground.
Yeah, no one wants to eat dried sticks or leaves.
No.
Anyway, so pulling out this rosemary and some bay leaves.
Yeah, make sure you get all the thyme. The thyme stems are small, so I'm picking
Finicky,
through here to
yeah.
make sure I get them all.
Great. All right, and
Ready to go.
looks
Let's
beautiful.
serve.
Yeah, let's plate this thing up.
You ready?
I'm excited to try it.
Wow, I'm nervous.
Are you nervous? Don't be nervous. It looks
Yeah.
beautiful. You did such a great job.
So the goal is to get one piece of everything
Okay.
in each serve. I mean, more than one piece if you want one, but like, don't skimp. Make sure each serving has all the
Yeah.
things.
No one should go eggplantless here.
Correct.
Really is swimming in.
It really is swimming.
It's like confit.
It is. It is kind of like confit. Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
I want to taste the olive oil first.
Yeah.
I'm like, because it's been
all the like juice.
all the juice, all the
sort of
yum.
infused. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm very excited to dig in here. Gonna get a few different things. That was so good. Leslie, you made vegetables into something magical.
I cooked vegetables. Don't tell people.
I feel like that. What's the critic's name? Egon? Something like that.
Oh my gosh, yes. As I channel my inner rat to impress him.
It's ego.
Ego.
Yeah, just like that. Like, ooh, it's so good. I feel like the herbs, even though we pull them out, like you really get like the flavors that they sort of infuse into it. Mm-hmm. And just the right level of salt.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. And it looks so pretty. It smells so good. It's really like herbaceous and summery, and just like you get a little bit of tang from the tomato. It's like eggplant is one of my favorite vegetables, honestly. And it's just like, it's almost creamy in a way.
And this could be served hot or cold.
Yeah, totally.
What's so good about it is like I mentioned, you can pack this up and take it for lunch. You can take it to the park. It's not something that you have to be like, I have to get there fast enough to it's still warm for people. Like, put it on a piece of toast for breakfast, throw an egg on top, eat it by itself. It's a really good, like, versatile make and eat for the week as well 100%. If you're not feeding a bunch of people.
Yeah. Great for leftovers, great for, like, I feel like this is also because of the tomato and everything, it's almost one of those things that's better the next day.
Absolutely.
Like, it even kind of, like, gets married even more, you know?
I actually was watching a show recently about food. It was about science and food, and it was really interesting. But I learned that the reason food tastes better the next day is because the capillaries in the food that actually expand when it's heated take in that flavor when they compress, when they cool.
Makes sense.
So it's like we always say it's infusing, but like that's the science behind it. Like something's
it's pulling
open,
the flavor into itself.
It's pulling in the flavor and it's holding it.
Amazing.
Cold pizza, baby.
There you go. Learn something new every day. And that's your thing for today. You will learn nothing else from this channel.
Zero.
Well, that was Leslie's version of Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Delicious. So cool.
So good.
So great. Easy to make.
Happy to share it.
Great way to use up summer vegetables. And fruits.
Yes.
If you count tomato.
If you have a garden growing over, make ratatouille.
Yeah. And, you know, like a lovely summer afternoon activity.
Take it to the park.
Grab a glass of rosé.
Take it to the beach.
Grab a glass of rosé.
Take your top off.
With a glass of rosé. Absolutely delightful. Thank you again so much for being here.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that I got to be.
It was my pleasure to have you. Where can people follow you on the internet, find you, subscribe, whatever?
Find me on Instagram at
Leslie Garetto,
where you can learn all about my crazy food allergy story. And also
and see the amazing things that you cook.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And look for me on Food Network. I'm there sometimes.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again, and thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to slap a like on it, and if you want to see more like this, you should absolutely subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope you're great, and I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Bye-bye.